Alright, so here is my personal assignment for week 4. It indicated that we needed to demonstrate that the render config vars, there's no database credentials stored in a GitHub. So here's my GitHub. You can see there's no .env or any database credentials stored in here. I've got my .getignore to exclude those. Everything else is just standard. The lint stuff, swagger.json, swagger.js, my routes, the database connection. So yeah, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there that's showing any security stuff. All right, and then here's my code in VS Code. So I've got my Swagger.js file, importing or using the Swagger autogen, basically the blueprint. So the info, title, description, the render, URL, and the schema we're using. So just an example here I've got for when I ran the Swagger node swagger.js. And so then that of course creates this file, and you can see the schema again I'm using with the correct information for first name, last name, and everything else we've been using for the class. You can see the paths, so delete, put, get, post. Alright, so then let's go out of there and go to the server.js. I've included cores here so we can work with the front end, make sure the routes are correct. I updated the routes to include the parameters and information to work correctly with Swagger and that schema that is implemented. So I think that's everything here. Contacts, and then yeah, updated the routing information here in the index.js, so it knows where to go for traffic, and updated and created the swagger.js file to show or to serve up the menu basically, or API docs. Is there anything else I'm missing? Yeah, so I think that's all I need to explain there. So let's go take a look at the example, or the Swagger. Alright, so I've got render running, and not showing any variables or information. Okay. Oops, not that. Deploy. Okay, so it's running. Here is the Swagger. Okay. And I can, so let's create, try it out. Guess I should have just left that blue. Okay, and then execute. And Richard Pryor. So the information is there, response code. So we got this ID. Got our 201. 201. We can go here and try it out. Get that contact. Execute. Pulls up his info. And if we want to change his information, pretty sure going to have to retype all this. And let's just say neon red. I don't even know what color that is, or if it exists. 19, I think I changed one date, that's fine. And then execute, and again, contact successfully updated, and there we go. So let's go, oh sorry, let's look at the database. Sorry, I should have, dang it, forgot to switch over. Alright, so this is the database currently. I haven't refreshed it or reloaded it with the information we just added or ran in Swagger, or I shouldn't say we, that I just added. And you can see Richard Pryor, neon red, and the email information. So I'm going to demonstrate I'll demonstrate the changes to the database, connecting it to the front end, so that I'll be able to demonstrate when I ran those commands in Swagger. Obviously you could only see them in Swagger. You could see that they worked, but just to verify that they worked in the database as well, I used the front end, then switch back and forth to the database and show the changes. Alright, so here's that front end with React. There's my render URL. I can see the database with the information. And it was, or is still the same. See if I can make this slightly bigger. Oh, I can't, so you can see it, I guess. Okay, I'll just leave it, whatever. So if we go to Richard Pryor, whoops, it's trying hard to switch back and forth. So neon red, that's the current stuff. If we change it to green, blue, and Robert Pryor, and save it, then we'll go back over to the database, reload. Robert Pryor, marine blue, so it was updated. And then let's go back here and delete Robert Pryor. Delete successful. And we'll come here and delete Robert Pryor. Alright, oh, okay. So I don't know why this keeps happening in the demo video that the professor created. He did show in the example with this front end in the demo video for the assignment, he was demonstrating it, and he did indicate there was an issue with him deleting as well. So I don't know what's going on there. Hold on. Alright, so the only thing I've done is just cleared the cache and restarted the node on render. I'm going to see if that works. I just paused the video. I didn't do anything else off camera. I just don't want you to have to wait and see me doing that. Yeah, that still doesn't seem to. So again, I don't know what's going on. In the demo video by the previous professor, he mentions, or he has problems as well. He says it has something to do with the ID, but I tried debugging this multiple times. I ran a bunch of, okay, there you go. I think something doesn't sync right sometimes, so, because you saw that oh, whoops, sorry, I'll go back here. So you saw that I had deleted it, and now it's shown again after I reconnected it, but now if I delete it, I'm pretty sure it's gone. So it shows up, it's gone there, and this time I'm pretty sure it'll show it's gone from the database. Yeah, so you can see it's gone. I don't know why it does that. You have to do it twice or whatever, or reconnect to the React. But again, the previous professor mentioned that or showed that in his demo video. Anyway, you can see that it works. If I type Mark French in French at email.com. Oh, whoops, sorry, you're not seeing me type. 02 dash 22 dash 2002. So it does add that, and then again, go back to the database and reload, and Mark French is there. Anyway, you can see it works. I'm not sure what that intermittent issue is. The previous professor didn't really elaborate either. It just said something about the ID. So I restarted the render node, reconnected with React, and then the second time I tried it, deleted. But anyway, I hope I included everything. If I missed something, let me know and I'll re-record the video.